weiter blüht ein kleines Blümelein. Und das heißt Erika.
To be contended.
Yo, honkies, what's up? I just thought I'd do a quick stream because I'm been thinking about some stuff, and so I thought I'd come on. I hope it's working. I have no idea if it is. I really don't fucking care, to be honest. Yesterday was fucking massive. That was like 4 hours. My head was exploding by the end of it. But I do want to say I did miss some comments from people. I didn't get to them. I don't interact with the comments when I'm interviewing someone because I can't, because it disrupts the conversation unless the conversation kind of goes that way. Oh yes, turn up the microphone. That would help. Well, let's do that again. And yeah.
Yeah, but I know what'll make you feel better.
Oh no, not another box of dogs!
It's another box of dogs!
Yo, so now I've got my microphone turned up so you'll be able to hear me. So let me repeat a few of those things. Lip readers would have totally enjoyed that intro. It was fucking great. And hey Sandy, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I just want to say, decompressing a bit from yesterday. 4 hours. That was a massive stream. Sorry I missed some comments. Old mate, you threw in some comments at the end. I saw they came up. I just didn't get to put them on the screen. Doing all this at once, it gets a little hectic when you're trying to also engage in a conversation. So I tend not to, get into the comments. Anyway, I'm trying to figure out, I think Streamlabs or something puts the comments up on the thing for you. I kind of forgot to do my little bit of prep that I was going to do, which is not much prep, but so I will start talking while I do the prep. Anyway, yeah, I really enjoyed yesterday's things, and today I started mucking around with an AI clip maker. And sorry, I'm sending a message at the same time. Anyway, yeah, it's very weird doing this. So I need a third screen, to be honest, so I can actually see comments. That would be really handy if I could organize a third screen. I don't know if I can. Anyway, okay, so I need to pull up my, where are we? Bookmarks. So we've got a couple of problems. Okay, well, one thing that came up in the interview yesterday that, again, when I have a guest on, I want them to talk as much as possible. Like, one thing I despise is podcasts that bring a guest on and then they just talk to the guest. They just unload on the guest, and the guest hardly ever speaks. The reason I bring people back many, many times is because I find our conversations get better and better as I get more comfortable with them, as the ideas change. So I think that will happen with Axel as well, just as it happened with Steve. I was using an AI clip maker today, and I went back and I was clipping up the interview with Axel because I thought it was particularly good. trying this AI thing, and AI does it all. AI has no fucking sense of humor. It has no possible understanding of sarcasm. And here's a great example. And I've just realized that using these AI clip makers, well, they're a great way to save time and whatnot, and do things that you know, shitty work that you don't particularly want to do. They are fucking terrible. The AI has got a long way to go. It's not a threat to us at all yet. So I got it. I clipped the thing with Axel, and then I went, you know what? I was talking to Steve earlier today, and I was like, hey, let's, you know, do a stream. He's into it. He's like, yep, let's do it. Da, da, da. It's just a matter of, you know, lives a pretty hectic life. We all do at the moment. We're all living hectic lives, so it's actually just a matter of finding the time. So I went, well, fuck it. I'll go back to Dick Pills and Dentistry, one of my favorite fucking episodes, and one that a lot of people have commented really liked. Put it in the AI thing. Fucking do your worst, you AI cocksucker. I guess it's got no way of being able to detect sarcasm or whatever. But there's a moment in there where Steve starts talking about toxic masculinity, and Steve and I we're pretending, we're doing this very sardonic and sarcastic kind of, you know, men are the worst, blah, blah, blah. And it's a bit... AI spat it out with, like, it gave it a really high social media rating. Gave it like this is the clip you should put out. You definitely put this out. And it titled it something like The Most Important Conversation. Not at all knowing that we were taking the absolute piss out of the whole idea of toxic masculinity. So that, for a start, was fucking hilarious. And then another one that I put up, and actually I'll see, you know what? Fuck it, It will be small. You won't really... But look, I'll show you what I mean. This is the AI clip thing here. Ah, you absolute bastard. It's doing this again. All right, going back to that. Now, I've forgotten how I fix this. Display capture, window capture, display capture. There we go. Now, has it fixed that one? Yes, it has. I'm getting quite good at fixing these things on the go, these little troubles. Computers suck balls, man. They got to get better. Anyway, I'll play the thing. Play the this was. Hang on, I got to find out which one. This just amazed me because this got me. I just this thing. You can set it so it posts to all your accounts automatically, kind of thing. And I didn't notice, but sometimes it'll come up and it'll say it gives you, it sort of automatically goes, this one post to X and post to YouTube and Facebook, wherever. And normally it just comes up, just post to all. And sometimes it leaves out TikTok. So it seems to know what is going to... This is it. Casual sex, men versus women. Here we go. Where is it? Casual sex, men versus women. Okay, so this video...
You know, and some men can do it easier than women. Why? Oh, it's because of the patriarchy. No, because men are driven to seed procreates, doesn't it? You know, A lot of when women have sex with a lot of men, apparently they lose the ability to pair bond.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because there's DNA and elements of all these guys going into the chick, And if you think about it, women go what?
That got me a community strike for, wait for it, hate speech. See, if you say men and women are different, that's hate speech. And if you say a certain group of people run everything, that's also hate speech. It's all fucking hate speech here tonight on episode 69, dude. Fucking hell, I really wanted to save episode 69 for a fun one, but I'm just fucking, my brain is exploding with the bullshit. Again. When is this going to fucking stop? It's never going to... Trump was going to be the big hero, wasn't he? Wasn't he going to save us from all this shit? Well, let's see what fucking this motherfucking Trump's up to. I got a fun one as well, actually. I looked it up a while ago because I've been meaning to stream and I just fucking haven't for one reason or another. But, yeah. What the absolute fuck? Where are my... Alright, okay. I'm getting distracted and sidetracked. Okay, well, let's just, the whole America First fucking movement, and this is happening in Australia too, so we're all getting fucked by these people, and we all know it. What are we going to do? That's been my question. That's been the thing that's just been fucking going round and round and round and round in my brain. Posting shit on X about these cunts is not going to fucking do anything. So, Dan Bongino just got fucking made FBI director. Now, if you were to ask the FBI director, what cause is dear to your heart? I mean, what would you say? Wouldn't you say something like, well, protecting the American people? Not Dan.
That's right. What cause is dear to your heart?
Cause is dear to my Israel. The defense of Israel.
What is number one?
Defense of Israel. That's what's dear to his heart as FBI director. That's good to know. I'm really, really fucking glad to hear that. We'll come back to this one. Here's old Dan again. I'm sure a lot of you have seen all these already.
A year and a half after that, I'm in a green room at Fox, and I'm not going to say who because they didn't give me permission to share it, but the short story, but I know who they are. It says, Epstein's an intelligence asset for people in the Middle East, right? I'm like, no, I didn't know that. I'm like, you sure of that? The person, let's say, is like, I'm absolutely sure of that. That he's either a witting or unwitting asset, intelligence asset, meaning his plane and that island, the cameras, there's a big assumption out there that these videotapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him. No, he wasn't the only one who had him, according to this source. These assets, that's why this blackmail story makes so much sense. Which Middle Eastern countries they are, I don't know. But this person, who is a very, very good reporter, I mean, aces, right? Swore Epstein was either a witting or unwitting intelligence asset, and they may have had his plane wired up, and they're the ones who have all this stuff. So the point is, to sum it up, how do you know some of these countries aren't going to some of these power players who aren't making decisions? Because, hey, you wouldn't want this video out there, right? How do you know?
100%.
I mean,
let's get personal.
Yeah, so...
No, he wasn't the only way, is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein had him. No, tapes were exclusively in the custody of Epstein. That's a huge mistake. The reason they wanted this story to go away is because there's an assumption like, oh yeah, Epstein.
Anyway, I got distracted. He says he doesn't know which countries. I don't know if he said it. That might be the wrong clip. I got a little distracted. Hey, Sandra. Yeah, I showed you out before. Hey, good to see you. Yeah. Thanks, Sandy. But this brings me back to my point. I really wanted 69 to just be a fun one. So let's try and make it fun. Let's try and be... Okay, fuck it. Let's just dive in. All right, so... For a long time, I've been... I used to think a lot about, like... I have involvement with the Catholic Church to some degree. I went to a Catholic boarding school. I started going to a Catholic church across the street. I was thinking about going full Catholic. I don't know why. There's just something about Catholicism that appeals to me. Maybe it's just men in dresses or something. I don't know what it is, but there's just something about it that appeals to me because it's because they have, if you're doing an exorcism, right? Who do you call? You call the Catholic fucking exorcist. So the Catholics, this is the thing, it's the oldest of these religions. Some say that Catholicism outdates Judaism in one sense. Now, I don't know, I don't quote me on that because there's, but as a formalized religion, some say so maybe it does. I don't know. The point is, after the birth of Christ and the death of Christ, the Jews kind of split into two. Half of them stayed behind and formed Judaism formally. The other half went off and formed the Catholic Church. And Catholic just means universal. And I always used to wonder what is the fucking deal with all these PDF files in the Catholic Church? Why do they have such a problem with it? And the standard answer is, well, you get all these guys who are closeted gay and then they go off and then they just somehow end up doing that. And I thought, well, maybe it's because they're dealing with evil, so they're constantly under a bombardment attack of these evil, and that's what caused them to do it. But then I thought, in that whole thing, that was a war. It is a war. So say you are an enemy of the Catholic Church and you come across someone in your community who is a PDF file. What do you do with them? Do you throw them in jail at your own expense? Do you punish them? Do you let them roam free to do damage in your own? Or do you send them into your enemy's midst? Because the Catholic Church, anyone can join. Anyone can go and be a priest, right? So you'd send them there, knowing the damage you're doing. Fast forward to now, and let me see if I can find these other videos to back this point up. Probably not going to be able to, so I'll just make the point. Where do you send these people? When the war goes from just attacking the Catholic Church to taking on and getting the kids, where do you send them? The education system. So you send these fuckers in as your proxy warriors, which is what the whole gay community is and all that kind of bullshit. So they're my thoughts on that anyway. I just wanted to get all that off my chest. It just seems like PDF files have become the weapon of choice for globalists. They're in the education, they're in government. These fucking filth are just in everything. It's absurd. Ah, dear. Alright, what else have we got? I will say, though, it is very smart. It's a very smart move. Take that shit. I mean, that's fucking... Why don't we send all our fucking murderers to Israel? on some kind of, under some pretense, because they're a closed society. That's why we can't do it. See, Russia or Israel, all these fucking China, all these people can send whoever the fuck they want into our communities, into our societies, because we've got these open societies. And the more open our societies are, the lower the trust. There's been studies done on this. The less homogenous a society is, the trust just plummets. That's why Japan is still a high trust society. Because they don't fucking let people in. You can go visit, you can go live there, you can, you know, but they're not going to let you into their society. Oh, fucking hell, man. This is not how I wanted episode 69 to go. 69, dude. Alright, well, fuck it. This was a fun one. Have you ever thought, like, how cool it would be to have, like, a cool name? Like if your name was James Bond. Have you ever thought, like, yeah, it would be cool. I'll change my name to James Bond. Or check this shit out. When your name is James Bond.
When your name is James Bond and you have encounters with the police, it's a good idea to have your ID with you.
So he's flashing light on my face and he goes,
"You." And I'm like, "Yes, sir." He's like,
"What's your name? Tell me your name."
When it got to me, I'm like, shit.
"Oh shit, I'm about to die." So I tell him, "James." And he says, "You got a last name there, James?" And I said, "Bond."
James Bond. James Bond.
My name's James Bond.
And they'll just think I'm a cocky little teenager giving him some flack.
And so he reached through the window of the car and grabbed me by my shirt and said, "You fucked with the wrong guy on the wrong day," and proceeded to pull me through the window of the car.
He looked at me like, "I'm gonna give you one more chance to tell me the truth."
I'm telling the guy, "Please, please, please, my name really is James Bond."
My name is James Bond.
Man, my name's James Bond.
That right there was enough to get the guy to draw down on me. Up from the holster and right in my face. And he's like, "You're right, and I'm Donald fucking Duck. Get on the ground, get on the ground." He sort of calmed down, had me stand at the back of the car, went back to his car, ran my driver's license, came back and said, "That's a cool name, son." And went ahead and let me go.
I did get convicted of that. Do you believe that? I did get convicted of that because the judge said that I was obstructing the police officer from doing his job by me saying my name in a jokingly manner. I looked at the judge like, "Are you serious? How can I say, James Bond in a jokingly manner? I just said my name." And yeah, I had to do like 60 days in the county jail for that.
60 days?
Well, that's bullshit.
That right there at that instance made me look at them at a different way because I knew that I had a long way to go with them, you know what I mean, by my name being James Bond and I'm black.
That is the Netflix version of James Bond, I guess. The new version of James Bond. I believe the new James Bond is black, isn't he? Yeah, so that's fun. Oh, here it is. Here's the listen. Okay. So here, now, I don't know the details of this, but this is going to just jump back to that first thing I was talking about. What do you do with all these PDF files? Well, let's throw them in the education department.
6th Street, Mackenzie speak.
My classmate, my friend, was forced to do it. She said no, I was down.
That's my 6-year-old daughter who attended Miss Smith's class. It was not consent. My daughter was a witness to it. And for you to put out a paper saying that it was consensual was a lie. My daughter attended that class. For you to put out misinformation that I was informed, I was not. I went to the school on Friday after Heather Gonzalez's post, and the principal did not inform me that it was my daughter's class, nor what was happening in my daughter's class.
So if you can't read that, this is a school board meeting concerning a 6-year-old who was forced to perform oral sex on classmates in the classroom. Now, I have no idea the rest of the context behind this story. whether the teacher was there, whether it was like, what the fuck else is going on here? But this is the kind of shit. Homeschool your kids, man. Just.
My daughter has been subjected to pornography at the age of 6. She's had to see little boys' body parts. She's now in counseling because you have all failed.
Anyway, look, that's enough of that. I don't want to go down that fucking... That shit, that is a guaranteed fucking way to fuck people up. And that is their goal. So, I mean, this is the war that we're in. And this is the thing that has been fucking with me, is like, we know all this shit, what do we do? My only answer is go like the fucking, what are those barn raisers in America? The Amish. Go Amish. Just go out, fucking form our own towns. Fucking just away from these freaks. It's just getting insane out there. Oh, where is it? Where is it? Ah, yes, we're coming up. Here we go. Oh, there's a video here somewhere of... Yeah, here we go. This is the one. Okay, so let's just lighten things up a bit here, because that shit just... All this garbage is just blowing my mind. But this I found a lot of fun. God putting Jews and Muslims in the same geographical location. I'm going to go full monitor for this.
Oh shit! Hey! Fuck! Hey, sir! Hurry up, bro! Hurry up!
Ah, yes. It was good planning, putting Jews in the same fucking place as Muslims, and yeah, you could have put them on an island somewhere, fenced it off. I don't know what you'd do. All right. Let's just this all right. Came across this. This kind of made me a bit sad to see this, but it was nice this came up. This was Coach Red Pill's last ever video. And when you like know what he's facing and what was about to happen to him, this video is pretty fucking heavy, but he's taken it well. Gonzalo Lira.
Where was
sorry.
I lost my train of thought. Yeah, when I was in prison, and I told the other prisoners how I'd been detained in April of 22, and told in no uncertain terms not to leave the country. The prisoners laughed, and they said, "You idiot. They were leaving the door open for you to leave. They wanted you to leave. You know, less hassle for them." And me, of course, you know, retrospectively, it's obvious, but at the time, I said, no, I can't do anything. They're telling me to stay, so I must stay, you know, like an idiot.
So there is a huge lesson for anyone. If you ever get caught in a foreign country like that, just get the fuck out. And if they tell you, like, no, you must not leave the country, but they don't take away your passport. Just fucking leave. Just leave. David Irving talks about this a lot. Like, he fled a lot of countries.
That's simple as that. So anyway, insofar as my current, status of being out on bail, and the judge was very clear that I had to, I mean, it was very explicit. I couldn't leave the city, I couldn't leave the country, and I had to surrender my passports. I have two, the American and Chilean. And of course, they also confiscated these documents for my transportation. And yet, when I was released on bail, they gave me all the stuff back. They didn't put the electronic monitor, and they allowed me to keep my passports. And what's more, when I went to the SBU offices to retrieve my driver's license and my registration cards and my Chilean identity card, they asked me, and do you have any identification other than this stuff? Oh yeah, I have my passports. Oh, and you didn't surrender them? No, I have it right here. I said, like an idiot.
Again, for the love of God, if you're ever in a foreign country and you get in trouble, if you've still got your fucking passport, just fucking leave. I don't care what fucking country it is, just fucking leave. Because we all know how this ends. If you don't know, Gonzalo is no longer with us. Coach Red Pill, may he fucking rest in peace, man. He was one of the best. He just went over there. He fucking went to Ukraine to report, and he fucking reported the shit out of that. And what they did to him was a fucking war crime.
And they were like, oh, okay. And so these are the options that I have. Since I know I'm going to be found guilty and I will be sent to a prison labor camp, and because of events that happened in prison where I was extorted for a sizable amount of money,
a chunk,
I will be sent to a prison labor camp come my court date. That's inevitable.
Yeah, stomping knowledge, okay. Damn straight.
And there won't be any suspended sentence, and there won't be any mercy, all because of my YouTube videos. I mean, I want to emphasize this, In the indictment, if you read it, you will see that the prosecutor himself says that I committed no crime against any person or property, and that my crimes are literally speech crimes.
So that kind of puts things in perspective when people are like, oh, I lost my YouTube channel. This fucker lost his life. Bro, this is fucking savage. And I don't know if you've heard the news recently, but Zelensky has offered to step down if it will help the situation. Now that he knows he's in a losing position, now that he's not being invited to the talks, fuck me. Now that he knows, it's a completely fucking, he's like doing this fucking gesture that's just an empty gesture that he is one of the biggest pieces of shit on the planet. However, keep in mind, he is just a pawn. Where does David Irving talk about this? I can't see through the camera. I'm only vaguely familiar with him rocking up into wherever it was to be dragged into court on arrival. Oh, no, he talks about it. He's been talking about it. I follow on X, I follow David Irving Books, I think it's called. And there's a lot of videos where he's been talking about this stuff. And there was a particular episode where he went to, I think it was Germany. And he was invited there by students. And it was a whole a whole episode. He went in and it was all very secret, and he was like, he met one of the students, and it was like it was very like a spy novel kind of stuff. He went into to meet the guy. He met them at the train station, and he stood up the top waiting for them to arrive, and they arrived so he could watch to make sure they weren't being followed, or there weren't, you know, a bunch of cops turning up. So then he went and met them, and they went off and they had coffee. He'd been driving all night to get there. And they went off and they got breakfast or something like that. And as they were leaving, they started walking back, and they were saying, well, let's, you know, where are we going to meet? I need to lie down for a while. And as they were walking back and he was going to go to his hotel, some people arrived, started walking towards him, and one of the guys recognized him and said, that's Stasi. Or this, I can't remember. He tells this story a fucking lot better than me. But it's about the Stasen, Kreisen, fucking Krugenfrackers, whatever. The local police, the secret police, whatever. So they, they started following him, and he just split for his car. And it was this like the way he describes it, is a whole scene out of a spy novel. It was insane. And they went, and he jumped in his car. He accidentally jumped in the wrong side of his car because he was in Germany. So he was thinking he was in England and jumped in the wrong side of the car. So he had time, jumped out, and he just floored it, and he got the fuck out of there. And it's just, just if you're in a foreign country and you get into the best fucking, if you've ever seen Midnight Express, run, motherfucker, run. You know, that fucking Patrice O'Neill bit where he's like, fucking, you know, if you're white, you see like 5 black dudes, run, be alive, go home, feel guilty, but run. Yeah, fucking hell. Can only imagine what dirt Trump has on Ukraine. Yeah, I imagine they've all got a lot of dirt on each other. Hey, nice. Thanks, man. Yeah, it's an insane time to be alive. It's been funny watching that whole, like, oh, we're going to sort out this Ukraine situation. They call, so, yeah, let's talk to Putin. And he's like, fucking Zelensky's like, well, do you want me to come to meeting? Do you want me to come to meeting? And they're like, no, it's fine. We don't need you. You've been nothing but a nuisance. So Australia recently came out and said, we stand with Ukraine still. So apparently we're probably still sending them money and weapons and whatnot. The Australian government's really fucked at the moment. Oh, man. I really want to go into the city in a Hitler uniform and hail cabs. I was hailing it. That's what fucking pisses me off, man. You go into the city, you're not allowed to do a Roman, right? You can't do this. You can't give it a bit of this. Right? None of that. Not allowed to do that in the city. You'll get fucking arrested and thrown in jail for 12 months. No trial, straight to jail. Yet you walk around, every fucking Chinese restaurant's got a little cat in the window doing this. What the fuck? Oh, the cats can do it. It's a cultural thing. Fucking bullshit, man. Kittlers. That's what it is. Be good to see an Irving Midnight Express. That would be fucking good. An Irving Midnight Express mashup cut. That'd be fucking great. Oh, shit. Oh, what are my fucking things is? I have no idea what's going on. I'm not going to fuck with it now in the mid-live stream. Oh, fuck. Well, let's just get back a bit. Let's hear a bit more from Gonzalo. Because this guy was a fucking legend. This guy when everyone else was like, all the mainstream media were like just pouring on the whole, you know, oh, we stand with you, and people were like, we're throwing out all Russian products. Some of the funniest shit happened then. People were throwing out like Stoli vodka or some vodka that wasn't even Russian. It's just like, oh, this is our big fucking the robot voice. And the robot, thank you, Stompin' Knowledge. I like to do the Zelensky. Come in the name of peace. That's my favorite Zelensky quote. Come in the name of peace. That motherfucker. He's a billionaire. There are no comedians in the world who are billionaires. Except Zelensky. Even fucking Joe Rogan's not a billionaire.
Saying things that the government doesn't like. Huh? Ukraine is supposed to be this big democracy. That it wants to join the European Union and because it has European values, European democratic values. What higher value does a democracy have than free speech?
What a great fucking question, right? What a great question. Nell, yes, get a Kanye t-shirt. I want one. I went on the site and looked for one. Oh, man. I did that. I think I did that joke in the stream yesterday. You know, people say it's like Nazi Germany here. I say that's bullshit. If it was Nazi Germany, I'd have a nice uniform. With my initial on the fucking shoulder. Twice! Anyway. Oh, it's a wonderful time to be alive. The Australian government have just implemented laws to say that we cannot notice things and we cannot quote certain things from the Bible. So, you know, good luck if you're Christian, because there's a lot of things that you can't say, because saying anything positive about Christ, saying things like Christ is king, for example, that can get you in a lot of trouble because that's seen as anti-Semitic. However, we support a nation with actual Nazis that are fighting Russia again. How the fuck does that work? What kind of fucking mental gymnastics do you have to do to be like, well, you know, we like our Nazis at a distance. We like Nazis over there. We don't like Nazis here. I read an article, I posted it on X recently, that's like all these people getting freaked out because their kids, like their boys, they're going to the gym and they're getting into like high culture and fitness. And yeah, if your son is into fucking going to the gym, he's probably a Nazi. Report him. They even give the number to report people. These guys are like, oh, my sister brought this guy and he turned out to be a Nazi. They brought him to Christmas. And it showed the two brothers of the sister, and they were just exactly what you expect. You know, real fucking testosterone factories. Like, just not a drop of testosterone in either of them. Just estrogen fucking... Just wasted. Oh, man. It is an insanely fun time to be alive. Like, you can only have fun with this shit, really. We can only enjoy it. We can only, like... It cannot... Oh, fuck. Every time I think it can't get any sillier. It gets sillier. There's something... something else comes out. They're just like, it is a wild time to be alive. It's a wild ride. And I hate to say it, but it's going to get worse. So just keep a good sense of humor about it. That's what I think is the only thing you can do. But, you know, let's like form our own town somewhere. Let's just fucking say, look, we're going into the middle of Australia or something. Just fucking fence us off 400 square miles and leave us the fuck alone. And we'll just fucking give us some farmland somewhere. We'll build our own shit. See, that's the thing, though. As soon as we do that, as soon as we get it to a point where it's like really nice, like fucking stoked, and we're like fucking finally we got our own spot. They'll be like, oh, they motherfuckers, why I want to go there now, and they'll start every fucking time.
My case all about free speech, and I spent 2 months and change in a maximum security prison. And by the way, when I say okay, well let me finish that point. I spent 2 months and change in a maximum security prison over things that I said, opinions I gave regarding publicly available information that is undisputed. This is the epitome of free speech, and yet I went to prison for it, and I will likely go 5 to 8 years to a prison labor camp where, by the way, everybody in the CISO prison, the investigative prison where I was at, none of them wanted to go to that labor camp because they all said it's a death sentence, okay? And so I'm going to be sent for 5 to 8 years because of YouTube videos that I made. Is that democratic? Does that sound like, European values to you? Sorry if this video is a little bit disorganized, because I'm a little bit stressed out. But the choices I realized are two. Either go to a prison labor camp and die there. Because like I said, I'm 55, I have a heart condition, so as it is, I'm not going to live much longer. And 5 to 8 years at a prison labor camp, I'll be dead. I'll be killed off by the labor, I suppose.
Well, talk about prophetic fucking words, huh? Talk about knowing what... It's a 14-minute video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I'll repost it to my ex if you want to see it. I think I already did, actually. I'll do it now. I'll just repost it. R.I.P. Coach Red Pill. So if you want to, it's on my X at the BoxOfDogs. You can find it there. That's just so fucking sad, man. That's just fucking. But that's how he fucking took it. Like, that is just a dude. He knows what's coming. Oh, that ABC Four Corners type thing. Nuts that they showed the Azov Black Sun. And missed the irony. Yeah. 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 Did you see Jon Stewart fucking pinned a medal on a Nazi at Disney World? Fucking hell. Pretty fucking wild to go to Ukraine. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Like, but that was the thing about Gonzalo. He was like, he did not fuck around. Like, it's kind of a lesson for us, really, because I do this. I have the same. Like, I really want to go. It's kind of pointless going now, I guess. The whole thing, I hope, is winding down. But I've been wanting to go to Palestine for ages. And you just constantly see people go there, they report, and they, whoa, fucking surprise, they wind up dead. But when I was a kid, look, honestly, if I had the money and didn't have, like, if I had nothing else here, holding me here, in fact, I probably could do it now regardless. I'd just fucking lump it all in. I'd love to get on a plane, just go over to Palestine, fucking report on the fucking ground there. With that instinct to do that. Because, I don't know, I kind of feel like talking about it in a studio in, you know, from Melbourne. I mean, fuck, that... When I interviewed E. Michael Jones last time, there was a moment, I clipped it and put it out. But there's a moment where he's like, you know, your grandkids will ask you, what did you do? Did you do anything? Did you do anything? He said it twice. And there's something about, like, it's a trick. When you say something twice, if you really want to get across a point to people, you know. Yeah, we're alive. Fuck yeah, we're alive. Nell, we're alive. Absolutely, we're alive. That's the... Well, this is what I was going to... Fuck yeah, you've just reminded me now. Thank you. I've been meaning to say, every day you're alive is a victory over these cunts. Every fucking day that we're alive, these cunts that are trying to fucking kill us have failed. So fuck them. Fuck these globalist shitheel fucks. Fuck them. Oh, man. Fuck. You know what? Oh, man, this guy's been going hard. The great noticing is upon it. We'll come back to that because first... I just want to play this once more because it brings me a lot of joy. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Come on. I fucking hate this. I really need to get in the habit of doing my preparation before the show. Come on, it was just here. Where is it? What you don't know about the Illuminati. They're all characters. Let's fucking, I'll scroll through my bookmarks. I don't want to get it. It's fucking, get onto the World Zionists. Well, follow the right, but no, I'm not doing. No, I'm on YouTube. Fuck's sake, I'm on YouTube. I can't. The things I can do on X and say on X, I can't do on YouTube. This is a fun. All right, fuck it. This is a fun one.
The new research has uncovered the heaviest element yet known to science. The new element is governmentium. It has 1 neutron, 25 assistant neutrons, 88 deputy neutrons, and 198 assistant deputy neutrons, giving it an atomic mass of 3 on 12. These 3 on 12 particles are held together by forces called morons, which are surrounded by vast quantities of lepton-like particles called pions. Since governmentium has no electrons or protons, it is inert. However, it can be detected because it impedes every reaction with which it comes into contact. A tiny amount of governmentium can cause a reaction normally taking less than a second to take from 4 days to 4 years to complete. Governmentium has a normal half-life of 2-6 years. It does not decay, but instead undergoes a reorganization in which a portion of the assistant neutrons and deputy neutrons exchange places. In fact, governmentium's mass will actually increase over time, since each reorganization will cause more morons to become neutrons, forming isotopes. This characteristic of moron promotion leads some scientists to believe that governmentium is formed whenever morons reach a critical concentration. This hypothetical quantity is referred to as critical morass. When catalyzed with money, governmentium becomes administratium, an element that radiates just as much energy as governmentium, since it has half as many peons, but twice as many morons. All of the money is consumed in the exchange, and no other byproducts are produced.
Science! Bit of science there for you. I wonder if we can run our cars on governmentium. If you didn't get vaxxed, you ironically did something. Absolutely, yeah, I didn't get vaxxed. Fuck that shit. Amen. Fuck yeah, stomping knowledge. Girls pedophiling is strangely titillating. I know, I had to blur it. I don't know if you've seen, I've discussed it before. I blurred it, well, let's go back to the, yeah. It's my favorite background. Girls, settle down. I have to pay them. I have to pay these girls to be here every time I stream. And, you know, they're very talented, I gotta say. But I did have to blur them a bit. Because, hang on, let's see if I can show you the unblurred version. Because it's pretty fucking good. Yep. Oh, that's the one that got fucking... Yeah, so now you can see why I had to blur it, probably. I'm very great. Thank you, girls. You can, you know, just keep going, keep fighting. Fight the good fight. Ugh. It is how wars should be fought. That is fucking how wars should be fought. Girls pillow fighting. I would support Ukraine if it was Ukrainian women pillow fighting. I'd be over there reporting on it. That'd be, what else? You could fucking live stream it, pay-per-view, right? Which would inject money into the government. I'm all solutions, you know, but no one fucking... These cunts, they just don't fucking listen to me. But I'm all solutions. We are all solutions, right? We've just created world peace through girls pillow fighting as a collective, because this is what Box of Dogs is all about, right? But do they listen to us? Anyway, Dan Bonja Vagina is a piece of shit. And I think I'll wrap it up. But I'll just leave you with this. Well, a bit of news from me. I recently went vegan. You know, for health reasons, and yeah, it is. It's a very good background. I love it. But yeah, anyway, wrapping up. I went vegan for health reasons, and I just feel like better than everyone. And you know, I just felt like it was something I should do. But I did hear that vegans don't get a lot of protein or iron and stuff like that. So I'm supplementing my vegan diet with meat. Quite a lot of meat, actually. Like, it's mostly meat. So I'm on the meat vegan diet. I don't think I've eaten a vegetable since 1985, to be honest.
Weiter, blöd, ein kleiner